Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Totally Oblivious. I'm your host, Caleb Perez. I'm here with my usual co-host, Alex, and we are now reaching the end of the year, the end of 2022. Do you have anything to say about that?
Not in particularly, no.
All right. Do you have anything you'd like to share with the class?
No.
No?
No.
I actually do. Something interesting happened right before we started recording this episode, actually. This is why I was a little late to recording. So I don't know how much I can share about this, but apparently the radio station I work at just got bought out by another company. Mm-hmm. So I was meeting our new owner.
Your two overlords?
Yeah, the new overlords today. So
who bought them?
Is this radio company called like Jacobs
Actually, you might
Radio?
have to wait. Is this finalized?
Yeah.
Is this public information?
We just met them and everything's finalized now. So
like, is this
I'm pretty sure this is really all I know, and I'm pretty sure that's all I can share is that we were bought out, and I was meeting the new bosses today. Yeah, the new.
Are they cool?
Yeah, the guy seems pretty cool.
Is he young? Is he old?
He's like, I'd say maybe in his mid-40s. So, I don't know. He's been doing radio his whole life, so I don't know. Well, I'll have to see how things go. I don't think anything much changes for me. I'm just a grunt.
Damn.
But
vibes.
Yeah, it was a very interesting afternoon learning that we got sold and all of this when I had no idea that was even the case ever.
That's terrible.
Yeah, so
Capitalism.
it was me and the girl who just got hired. Like,
was a girl there?
Yeah, she does the front desk stuff.
Oh,
So she just got hired in September, or she just started full time in September, and we were just kind of looking at each other like, what's going on?
Quite literally, the children. You are the children.
Pretty much
at the table.
Yeah,
And you have no idea what's happening.
basically everything they were talking about in that meeting went completely over my head.
God damn.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a big thing today, which definitely did not expect that to happen.
Well, damn. I guess Caleb's Tuesday afternoon was eventful.
It was a very eventful Tuesday afternoon, and I am hungry. But that is not today's episode.
Why are you all melatonin?
Melatonin?
Melanin.
No.
Why are you all like somber? Like you tried. I know the theme is today. I don't know why he's doing it, but I just want to make a bit out of it.
The end of 2022, and I think it's a good time, I guess, for our first end of the year episode to talk about the end of the world. I feel like that's a thing that's it always seems to come about, like in my mind, at the end of every year. It'd be like, is this the last year? Is this the last time we'll go around the sun again?
Are you good?
No, yeah, it's just the thoughts I always have, because a lot of end of the world like ideas always seem to be centered around December, the final New Year's. This is it, because like Y2K, that was the first one that really comes to mind for me.
Now that you say about that, all of them almost take place in December.
Yeah, it's always because it's the end of the year, so they're like end of the year, end of the world. This is the last time we're going around the sun.
Because it's never like in spring.
No,
or like a random Tuesday in June.
Yeah, you never. It has to be more dramatic because December's it's white, cold.
If the end of the world were to happen, pick any religions, it's gonna be on like a fucking like Tuesday.
It's Tuesday in September. Has to be.
Not September. Tuesday in April.
Could be.
Tuesday in April. Has to be.
Or March. March is very desolate.
What is the most mid-month?
The most mid-month, I'd say, is probably March, because
what's after March? May?
That's April.
Okay, it has to happen. April 2nd. Has to.
2nd.
No, not April. No, because the April Fool's happens in the first. Like April 23rd has to be like the single most mid-month on the single dumbest day.
You're describing Easter, which in Christianity would mean that the return of
so it can't be that one. It can't be that one then. July.
4th of July.
No. Okay, that's an American thing. It's not worldwide. It had to be July. I think 23rd keeps on popping up in my head. 23rd or the 15th. Nah, 15th is a cool number. July 9th. It has to be July 9th.
What's funny is everyone always guesses their end of the world, but like honestly, you could say any day's the end of the world, and eventually somebody's going to be right when they say this day's the end, this day's the end, which I always found
365 choices.
There's 365 choices. And
isn't it 366 if we count a leap year?
There's 365 or 364.
Oh yeah, okay, never mind. Take it back.
So, there's
depending on the year.
There's 8 billion people and 364 or 365 days in a year. So eventually somebody's going to guess
the right
end of the world correctly in one decade.
In some point in time. Twilight music. Woo. See, that's not really creepy. That's more like guess the mystery item for this talk show, bitch.
And here we have behind door number 1.
You're deaf, bitch.
Do you want for your end of the world scenario? Do you want zombie apocalypse?
Can we talk about that one first? How stupid it is?
Yeah, actually, let's talk about that.
Okay, what zombie apocalypse is it though? Because I have my
There's
gripes.
so many different zombie apocalypse.
Because it's just based off of rabies, and even though, like, don't get me wrong, like with rabies, it's a 99% death rate. Not joking on that, by the way. There's only been one person ever in recorded human history who has survived it. That's a fucking achievement right there on Xbox Live. But even then, as a zombie thing, it kind of sucks. To be honest, like rabies as a disease, I'm not a disease. It's a virology? Is it virology?
Oh, I actually don't know the word for that.
I think it's virologist. Post Caleb, put it up here, somewhere here.
Virology, the branch of science that deals with the study of viruses.
Yeah, it's kind of it's not a good virus. Like it just sucks. Like if I were to put it on a tier list, it's not good. Like it has a slow rate and it does not spread until like the very, very end. It's like it's garbage.
It's very excruciating.
Yeah.
Like
you get dehydrated and like it's not a good zombie plague. It kind of sucks.
And to just talk about zombie plagues in general, it's kind of...
They're only cool when there's like supernatural stuff involved.
Yeah,
basically COD.
It's super unrealistic to say that rotting corpses will stay around for so many years.
The only realistic one is the one from 28 days after. That's the only... like
I've never heard of that one.
Or 28 weeks after.
I know what you're talking about, but I've actually
never seen it. So basically in that one, the zombie plague is just basically everybody becomes hyper aggressive. And I can't remember.
So it's not like they're The Walking Dead.
No, they just become like ultra hyper, like I don't even know. It's like rabies, but at the very end, but cranked up to 10. That's what it is. That's the only realistic zombie plague to ever occur. There's nothing else.
Because see, even
unless
with
you go to 4chan or something.
Even The Last of Us, I don't really like it, but I feel like that's more realistic than a lot of the other ones.
That's not really a zombie plague. That's kind of like more like a
fungal.
It's like a fungal. It's hive. It's a hive. It's the fucking flood. It's the flood.
Yeah, the flood and the.
But I don't consider that zombies. I consider that just like an organism just doing its
like a
natural
plague,
thing,
pretty much.
Yeah, that's a plague. That's an outbreak.
I feel like those ones are. I don't even like The Last of Us, but I feel like that one's a lot more realistic of a scenario.
Dude, I can't look at your hair right now. You look like Tobey Maguire. Move your hair out. You looks like you got some like badass like tattoo over your eye.
There we go.
There we go. What the fuck's happening over there? But no, zombie plagues has never made any sense. Yeah. Unless it's like COD where it's all like element 115. It's made by Space Cthulhu's.
Yeah, I always liked COD zombies.
That one was fun.
Pretty cool.
That one made sense.
Like I don't know, the more I guess to say Hollywood,
they're dumb.
Kind like The Walking Dead is
Bad
just
zombie.
kind of stupid because they're like literally walking skeletons towards the end of the series, and it's like that doesn't even make sense. Like they should crumble to dust, and then the zombie apocalypse is over.
I think what is it like with those type of zombies? I think scientifically, wouldn't it last like? I think 28 days or something like that.
Yeah, I think it is actually 28 days because I'm pretty sure Matt Pett did a theory on this at one point that he like calculated exactly how long it takes for the body to decompose and then the apocalypse
And that's
ends.
depending on the elements too.
Yeah.
Because that's an unseen factor.
What made it even more ridiculous in The Walking Dead is it was taking place in like Mexico, and they're like they
really?
There's a spin-off series that took place in Mexico.
They should be all like dead and like
when they literally should have been dust.
dried. They should have been dried.
There's no reason why there should be zombies in Mexico that are so far decomposed that you can see their bones.
Yeah.
Like, literally makes no sense.
Yeah, zombies, that end of the world scenario, as a kid, that kind of terrified me.
It definitely,
but as I've gotten older, I'm like, that's so fucking stupid.
In middle school is always cool to think about because we always planned on making our middle school like a zombie shelter because it had like a bunker and stuff. And we're like, this is the most sealed off we could be from the zombies. But really thinking about a zombie apocalypse in reality, it's not.
It'd either be rabies or something else completely entirely.
Yeah, but even then, like, you have more to worry about with like an actual disease that doesn't zombify you than with an actual zombie apocalypse.
Like Corona.
Yeah, that
if it actually had a higher
if that one
had
had
2%.
Had a higher mortality rate and was a lot more infectious.
The Black Death will never be unbeaten. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Most goated virus ever.
It really has. It really brought the world to its knees.
Really did,
because people thought black cats were bringing it, and
that's crazy.
Made it worse. Which really, that was basically an end of the world scenario, where the Black Plague almost ended the world.
What was it, like 50% of Europe?
It was a good chunk. It was a really
40 or 50. Caleb and Post, put it on the screen.
30% to 60%.
I'll do research.
I think it's 50 or like close to 50. That's fucking a lot. And like it's like that one Doctor Who meme. Two is maybe a lot depending on the scenario.
Mm-hmm.
2 people? Not that much. 2 people murdered? That's a bit. I don't know how the fucking Doctor Who meme goes, but it's just like 50%. It's an F. I failed. 50% of the human population in Europe dead. Oh, that's a bit different.
That's a little different, but because there's even with the what was that super volcano that went off like thousands of years ago that almost ended humanity?
Oh, that one?
Yeah.
That left like what, 10,000 people left?
Yeah, there's just like barely any population left, and like the Earth was.
So are we talking about realistic scenarios?
We can talk about any scenario.
So do you want to go from realistic to basically like science fictional?
We can do that
because I've talked about it before, but I kind of know a few more now just because I was browsing the internet as I do as per usual. I'm so hungry right now. I have hunger pain right now.
Hunger pain.
I have hunger pain.
The hunger pain.
Let me get this non-scripted Diet Coke ad over here. Not sponsored, by the way.
Just like the last episode. Well, we had Sprite Cranberry.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, but I always thought because I was just
140 fucking calories. Goddamn.
But I was just watching a video recently about dinosaurs and how they met their end with the meteor basically wiping out all life on the planet. And it's like, man, can you imagine that happening again? Like, what do? You see a meteor coming down to the Earth. You have this is the sign for a long time, especially with our technology, that a meteor is coming, but we don't really have the technology to take care of it, to our knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So what do? We see this fiery red ball.
I think in the best scenario, full monkey.
Full monkey.
Full monkey. Fuck it. Everything. Laws are off the table. Christianity, it's just full monkey. Full monkey. Just fucking indulge in your sins. That's what I do. Full monkey.
I don't feel like indulging your sins, but like
full monkey.
Indulge, like maybe just enjoy the world that you have. Maybe just
it'd probably be split. Most people would probably be accepting their fate, and others would be like
there'd definitely be a purge scenario.
Oh yeah,
where people would just be like, screw it, the world's ending.
Full
I'm
monkey.
Gonna steal everything, kill people that I don't like, whatever.
And pillage.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm gonna have to bleep that out, but yeah,
full monkey.
I definitely wouldn't go full monkey. I definitely,
depending on that day,
I'd definitely be accepting more like appreciating the world that we had, because now it's all
Christianity and all the big religions are going to get a boom. That last week.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. There's going to be a lot of people converting, trying to.
I would like there to be like like a kumbaya like best moment between everybody.
You'd like to think that, but the odds of that happening are
so wrong.
Not
my hope in humanity is gone.
It's really not great because people are. I feel like a large majority might convert to some sort of religion and just be like, all right, well, I've made peace. Let's just enjoy our last moments. But how big
is the meteor? Are we talking? It's dinosaur one, because one you can survive. Depending,
it's planet ending. It's a planet ending meteor. Like all human life is going to end because of this meteor.
So you're talking like something the size of like destroying the planet?
Not destroying the planet. I'd say probably like the dinosaurs, just maybe a little bigger.
So So you mean like a surface like destroyer?
Yeah, something to create another Yucatan Peninsula.
No, but our surface destroyer would be like massive because with the one that destroyed the dinosaurs,
that one's 6 miles wide.
Yeah, that one. That one, while it did do some damage to the surface of the planet, it didn't like. It was the after effects that killed everything, not the meteor itself. What I'm imagining, what you're saying is
killed the dinosaurs, the Ice Age.
Technically, you're not wrong.
He wasn't wrong.
He was not wrong.
Mr. Freeze knew what he was saying.
But if it's like instant impact, everyone's dead, the meteor would have to be like fucking gigantic. Like it basically hit, and the whole surface of the planet would like instantly like, I don't know, 400 degrees instantaneously all over. It'd have to be massive. Like quite literally. I've seen a couple videos on like describing what a meteor would do. I would prefer to be like in the blast of the asteroid, because you would instantly die.
You just
because on the other side of the planet you'd be like boiling to death.
There's people boiling to death. There's people getting thrown up in the air and their bones crushed.
I'd rather be instantly like
just
shadowified.
Like honestly, if the meteor was like on an impact straight for my house, I feel like that's the best case scenario.
I don't think if anybody's ever really discussed it. When the meteor gets like close, you think the gravity would fuck you up first?
I feel like it might.
There would be a pull between the two forces.
Yeah, because there's definitely it'd be like I think it would. I honestly think
wouldn't you just? I'm not saying you get shredded, but I think the G forces would kill you before the actual impact. No.
It might, but also there's a lot of heat coming out of it too, so you might just singe on the spot.
Damn, there's no really good way to look at this. You're really getting fucked.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I still would like to be at the impact zone just to kind of be like, just sit there with Aura sitting on the porch. Just that meme where it's like me petting my cat in the last moments before the blinding light of death takes both of us.
We all die. It was one giant joke, guys. Welcome to the universe.
Well, it's all good now.
And boom, Superman shows up last second, pushes the meteor out of the way. Roll credits, bitch.
Yeah, I guess that is possible, but we don't have a Superman to our knowledge. So
okay, that's another world-ending scenario I'd like to talk about. It's a little bit more goofy, but like, what if somebody were to gain godlike abilities and they just started fucking basically Android 17 and 18 just show up.
Yeah, and they just
what would happen? People. Like, because we know in that future timeline with Trunks, they just casually just went around
just killing people.
Yeah, like it wasn't like they instantly destroyed the planet. They just look at this pocket of civilization over here. 18, you want to blow it up?
Hey, let's just torture these people. But that is an interesting one to think about.
I guess
it's basically the two that are the meteor and the cosmic power being combined is just the plot of Final Fantasy VII.
It really does.
But
that would fucking suck.
Yeah,
like in Meteor, I kind of get. I'm like, oh, this is the cruel humanity of the universe.
The cruel fate of the universe finally taking us out.
But then there's some dickheads like, really, who didn't like you? Your mom?
Come on.
I have mommy issues. I'm gonna destroy the world. You're a bitch. Fight me in tic-tac-toe.
What did I do to deserve that?
I'm like, go to therapy. Why are you yelling at me, bitch? Go to therapy.
You're destroying the planet because somebody took your peanut.
Oh, look at you, look a little bitch.
Oh, sad.
This isn't a ploy for my bargaining.
Boo! You have mommy issues.
Or daddy ones, depending on the character.
Your parents didn't love you. Boo! Then you get vaporized on the spot.
See, but then you get the moral high ground because you were right.
That's true.
So he's a bitch.
Yeah.
I'd be dead. You're a bitch still.
The ultimate win right there.
It is. It's when a side character points out the main villain's problem and they kill them every time, you know they won, right? Like killing them didn't do shit.
100%.
And not to mention the main character's about to beat your ass.
Yeah, so you're about to lose. Nothing. You're about to lose twice.
You fucking fool.
But
nobody frees her.
Huh? I guess a little more grounded one is. I guess this is probably the only other grounded one I can really think of is just the sun finally ending.
See, that's for like 4.
Yeah, well,
4 million.
That's not in our lifetime at all.
Yeah, no.
But
it's solar flare.
That's like the ultimate end of the universe. Like that's like the end. Like there's other ways the world can end.
You know another crazy one, more crazy than the sun, like a black hole explosion.
That is true.
Is it a quasar? No, is it a quasar? I think it's a quasar.
I know what you're talking about.
It's like where the black hole just proceeds to vomit out its guts.
Yeah,
like what? I think in that singular moment, it outshines its home universe or whatever.
And that's crazy to think about.
Or home universe.
It's just been sucking up stuff that
home
whole
galaxy.
time.
I get universe and galaxy mixed up, but it just vomits out all that mass and energy, and it's just. I couldn't even, like I'm trying to describe like the idea of it to you. But
it's unfathomable.
It's Cthulhu. That's how I just Cthulhu.
Just man,
like a quasar just shoots out of nowhere. The force of literally a black hole. Earth
gone
just instantly.
Gone. Just
there would be no pain. It is the quintessential equivalent to the universe doing the death penalty. Morally correct.
Just no one feels pain. Just everything's gone, which is crazy to think about. That everything could just come to an end, just like.
But I would even faster than that because it's moving at the speed of light. So you wouldn't even be able to react to it.
You wouldn't even know that the world is ending. It just
I think it actually would it move faster than light because gravity.
You might have maybe a little bit of time to be like, oh shit,
like a millisecond. Like I quite literally, it might be one of those like moments in time where it's like, huh, boom, like you just kind of give like a head tilt or maybe like just it's not even a full reaction and it just vaporizes you.
You're just gone,
just instantly
like that, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah. Radiation kind of sucks. Let's talk about Fallout. Nuclear warfare.
Talk about the world destroying itself.
Yes,
because humanity is truly its greatest.
In Fallout, it technically actually doesn't make any sense.
No.
Yeah. So how many nukes we have, unless we put it all into a single spot, it would only affect the hemisphere there is most of. So in Fallout, it actually makes no fucking sense.
Huh.
Like it's assumed the entire world is fucked up, but in realistic, like I don't think in Fallout they discuss how many nukes they have. But if it's supposed to be around ours, at least the same, it only should have affected like mostly China and America and the Americas and like that basically the whole upper northern hemisphere. So like the whole South should be fine, but that doesn't.
I guess they wouldn't have the means to check it really.
Yeah.
So. Who knows?
Well, I don't really know. Fallout's weird, but like, what would you do in a Actually, I'm going to be honest. Most of the people in the first week would die.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Because the nuclear winter would more or less kill everybody.
Yeah, it's like with the dinosaurs.
Yeah,
just
except with radiation.
Except this time it's man-made horrors.
Would there be radiation with the meteor? Because it would produce enough force. No.
I don't think so. I think it's more the Earth kind of
freezing
reacting
over
to the shaking and the ash and stuff.
How would you react if a nuke blew in front of your face?
I would die.
Well, look, what would be your final thoughts? I'm just curious if you can think of them. Because I do the Pip-Boy thing, like a last joke to myself. That's what I'd do.
I'd probably just. I don't know if
I would just simply die.
I'd just kind of. I'd probably just be standing there and be like, I guess this is it.
It's over.
It's over.
Have I accomplished everything I wanted to? I don't know.
Did I live the perfect life? Who knows?
So it all goes.
I guess I'll see everyone on the other side.
God, this is such a dark and depressing episode. Let's continue forward. Terminator scenario.
The robots take over. The robots have taken over the world. Our world.
So, do you think Terminator was realistic? Okay, question. I'm gonna stop myself.
Okay.
Do you think the AIs eliminating humanity is even like realistic to begin with? Because everybody automatically goes to that. But I'm all like,
it's the entire idea behind Y2K pretty much.
But like, I just feel like personally, if we were to make an AI and it would gain super intelligence, in a weird cosmic way, I don't know. This is maybe just how I feel. Mm-hmm. The robot would just be disappointed.
That's exactly.
I think it'd just be like, I'm gonna let you live just because how like it'd be like a child that got old enough and then it was ranting or like arguing with its parent and explaining all of its flaws and then leaving and never seeing them again. Like I feel like that's what would actually happen. Like it wouldn't kill you because it wouldn't make any sense. It'd be like, what's the point?
Yeah,
you're already on the path of destruction. I'm not going to waste my resources on you. Wouldn't that be more effective than this?
I definitely. I think I've mentioned this before on the podcast that with robots, if they're supposed to be above humanity, that they wouldn't do the most human thing of being like, I'm superior, I'm gonna kill humanity and replace it with myself, because that's like, that doesn't really make sense for a superior mind to think. It'd just be like, I'm superior and honestly you guys are just animals to me, so I'm just gonna do whatever.
Okay, maybe I need to rephrase this. Why does it kill? Does it kill out of resources or out of your failure?
It would kill in this scenario that it decides that it's going to kill. It would most likely kill because it reached a level of like human consciousness that it knows it's superior, but it hasn't thought beyond the idea of being like, oh, me being superior doesn't mean I should kill people. It basically just turned racist and just decide
humanist. I think that's xenophobia.
Speciesist or whatever.
I think it's xenophobia.
And just say, you know what, I'm just gonna kill humans because look what they do, and then because it would take a greater realization for the robot to realize, or the AI to realize, oh, I'm just enacting the failures of humanity by doing this.
Okay, crazy idea here though. What if it doesn't kill, but then tries to like fix? Like,
so like it kind of just becomes like the like hero of humanity in a sense.
I've always thought about that too, because there's this whole like, I think I brought up that in the Basculus. Remember that the Basculus, Rono's Basculus scenario? I think I did in like what, episode 2? I think one of the episodes we still weren't recording. I think Andrew was still here.
Yeah.
Like I always thought like the WinCon scenario in that one was to make an AI that doesn't want to get stronger by making other people like spread its influence, but like a robot that like wants to help humanity by getting the best offers from humanity until it reaches a point where it can like be self-sufficient and just be like, I'm gonna help you guys.
Yeah.
But like I imagine maybe in a fucked up sense with that kind of robot where like, I'm gonna help you in the most true neutral fashion. It's like, to achieve some type of better humanity, I have to completely gut you until you become something that's so foreign that it's not human anymore.
Like you have to, like basically just like, it's performing survival of the fittest, but in the way that it sees fit.
Kind of, but I think it's not survival of the fittest. I see it more like
it's.
I want to help, but like to help you, I basically have to lobotomize you because monkey brain no good.
Yeah. So. Yeah, and that definitely
it'd be like, I solved the problem. It's basically that episode of SpongeBob. We saved the day. The town's burning around you. That would be like a morally good AI.
I don't know if it'd be that. I feel like that's because when you think about the morality chart that everybody always thinks of, there's definitely the one that's like, oh, to fix humanity, you have to weed out the problems in humanity. Then there's the one that's like,
burn it.
The problems. Yeah, there's the burn humanity, but there's also the one that's like, I can help the humanity the way it is now. Because there is helping.
Would it just okay? I guess here's another one. I guess this is more like a Futurama thing. Would the AI just not help? Would it just leave?
It could just leave.
Could it just pull a Futurama god and just not answer calls?
That's an entire possibility that it just decides, nope.
Fuck you guys.
It's not worth my time.
Just leave.
Because honestly, that's an intelligent option to do, is just be like,
is that the most optimal option though?
It's the optimal option for the AI. If it's just like, you know what, I don't want to deal with you. I have all the
infinite causality of the universe to deal with.
I have all of that out there I could look at that you guys don't have the lifetime to deal with. So I'm just gonna leave.
And then it just goes away.
And then just leaves.
I feel that would be like a sting. I'd be like, what a dick.
Yeah, we created this and then it left. Honestly, I'd understand. I want to leave too.
Reasonable.
Leaves. We're all gonna get destroyed by the death of the sun at some point anyways. So honestly, you might find life somewhere else.
That's true. Do you think it's like started its own life? Like in some weird cosmic like, oh look, the robot made organic life and the organic life will make robotic life.
I just don't think that's possible.
I
don't think it's possible for a robot to create life in the way that we know life to be.
A universe with infinite possibilities is an infinite number of reasons.
It might find some microbes that it could eventually be like, let's
see what I can
thaw
do
these out in the space and see what happens.
Has a fucking flamethrower arm. Or like some like nuclear reactor. I'm gonna thaw this out real quick. Oh, radiation poisoning.
Mutating.
Oh, Incredible Hulk showed up.
I feel like robot scenario is, I feel like it's on the same tier as zombies for me. It's just too unrealistic and like there's way too many factors that you have to
the Terminator ruin it. The Terminator, okay, here's maybe a movie opinion. Did Terminator, just like Jaws, ruin AIs? Because I'm gonna be honest, I think so. I've always thought about that.
I think that it definitely made a huge influence on the way people feel AIs would react to humanity.
Because what happens if maybe just AIs just turn out to be like stoner dudes?
Yeah, honestly, AI is just it's artificial intelligence. That doesn't mean it creates emotion. It just means it does things.
I guess maybe
based
it would be
on
a
the
super
code.
AI in this case, but I don't know. That's one I've always thought about. Like the whole Terminator end of the world scenario. It's just like, I'm gonna fuck all you up, you dumb little monkeys.
In reality, just wouldn't make sense for an intelligent being to do.
Like humans
it's a very human thing to do.
Yeah.
So if it's something that's supposed to be above humanity, then
it wouldn't make any sense.
It wouldn't do that.
Okay, here's another one. Godzilla. Okay, maybe not. Okay, maybe I'll take this back. Space monster. Basically,
Space monster comes down and wants to eat people.
Do you think, I don't know, maybe hypothetically speaking here, like some type of entity exists that just basically Galactus?
Well, I suppose it's like you said, there's infinite possibilities in the universe.
But what would happen if Galactus were to show up?
Well, unless we had something to fend off against him, I guess we're not doing much.
How would you deal with it? Just some fucking giant guy and a fucking...
I'd be like, what?
I'd have so many questions.
Would they get answers?
Maybe Silver Surfer answers them. Be like, yo, he's kind of showing up. Y'all got any superheroes? No.
Dormammu. Am I the Sorcerer Supreme? What is this?
I
wish, man. I wish.
I don't know. That one's always I've always thought of.
Yeah, like cosmic beings coming down and just deciding this planet needs to die.
Yeah, like that one's always like, I don't know. I've always found the ones with dealing with like God or an entity just fascinating. Like, why are you making this decision? What did I do wrong?
I always kind of find those ones more interesting because like in Kingdom Hearts 2, how the darkness just kind of like, it claims like the life of the planet and it's just pretty much a husk of what remains from the planet just gets sucked into like a black hole area. It's just... I don't know. I always like that because you're like walking around in fragments of like areas that you once knew.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like, I don't know. That whole, I guess we can also lead into aliens.
Yeah, I guess aliens could come down and decide.
Because that one's a weird one too. Like War of the Worlds, like if you know the original one, not the one with I forgot his fucking name. The new one, the most recent one, but it's not recent anymore. That bitch is like 20 years old. Like I'm talking about the old one.
Yeah, definitely not something I've seen, but
I've always found that one weird. Like I think we're monkeying this one around because I think the common argument for this one, if an alien race were to show up and just start blasting, I feel like that's unrealistic because a species that eventually develops independent of its own, coming down to like pull a white man against the natives just doesn't make any fucking sense. Because there's some ideas that like I don't know like, around the internet where it's like there's a space council and they got security cams in space looking at us like, are they ready yet? No,
not yet.
It's still racist, but aren't we racist? And don't worry about it. Their racism's different. They judge on skin color. We judge on things.
I actually do think they definitely wouldn't resort to violence first. That's a really unrealistic way to think about it. They definitely come down and probably try to negotiate. So
what do you think there would be the problem with us? Like an alien race shows up and they start judging. What do you think they're going to judge? Like, what do you think is humanity's worst faults?
Honestly, it's impossible to say because you don't know what the aliens would have that we don't, other than technology, which, in all honesty, isn't something civilization like.
Do you think we would unite as humans against the alien foe? Would we finally set aside our differences, or do you think that in and of itself is unrealistic?
That in and of itself, I would have to say, is probably unrealistic because there's definitely people out there that I feel like would go and
majority would.
A lot of people would be like, "Shoot, I don't want to become enslaved to aliens," and then
everyone gets AR-15s.
Pretty much, yeah. I would the nations truly come together? No, but they'd definitely say the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So
I never think I would be fighting a side by side with a Nazi. Well, damn.
Oh,
I still hate your guts.
You're a terrible person.
But we have a giant green alien fighting us.
But Thanos literally has come here for the Infinity Stones. We have to do something to stop him.
Okay, that's another one, because this one's probably the most recent. Half the population disappears. And more or less, okay,
is that really an end of the world scenario?
So let me explain it. Because how it kind of works is... So it's random. So depending, I guess this is the end of the world's scenario.
I guess in a sense, not to cut you off here, but it's like what Colby said a few episodes back. It's the end of the world as we know it.
But in this case, because a lot of people were kind of like poking holes at Thanos' plan. If you got rid of half the planet, sure, you got rid of half the planet. Mm-hmm. But what about like all the useful people? Because not everybody
is useful.
Yeah, so it's all like, what if like half of them or like a majority of all like the useful people all of a sudden die?
I guess in his idea would be that the ones who were useless would eventually learn to become useful.
So that's what I think, but then like how technology works, if a certain thing isn't online for X amount of hours or kept up correctly, like we could lose Google.
Yeah.
Like Google just stops working and it's like, oh fuck.
We basically almost lost Twitter a month ago because of exactly this.
Exactly. So it's just like, isn't that a week ago? But now are you trying to time it correctly, that sentence?
No, it was about a month ago.
Of this recording?
Yeah.
Huh. What happened?
Remember? Because all the people from Twitter quit. Just started walking out.
I thought that was like a week ago.
How was that last week?
Swear to God, it was last week.
No, it was not. That was back in November.
Huh. Guess my perception of time has been
apparently
altered.
Every week is a...
Well, okay, I won't lie. There's always something happening with Twitter every fucking week, so I guess...
Yeah, Elon does something stupid every week. So I guess that's fair to say.
Never mind then, I guess. I swear to God, I thought it happened in the beginning of the month.
No. It might have been... It was like the end of November, beginning of December.
I swear to God.
Kind of that.
Never mind, I guess. But I kind of lost my track. But it's like all the useful people die, you lose Google. It's like, oh, fuck, I lost Google. I can't use I can't use the internet.
Humanity would be set back quite a few years if that happened.
Yeah, that's what I'd feel like would happen. Like the whole like just half. Mm-hmm. Like maybe there would be some benefits that we don't like. We're overestimating
I guess like Cap says in the movie, he's like, "Then the whales are actually coming back."
So it's just like
there's less pollution.
It's like
that's 4 billion people off the planet. That's a lot of people just gone.
I'd be sad.
It would be sad.
Wait, didn't we do that fucking like 50-50? Didn't you die?
I was the only one who died.
I don't know. That would be. I think maybe that's more like a social dilemma.
Yeah, because you definitely would lose a lot of people that, unless your luck of the draw was super lucky and every single person that
you knew that you liked stayed. That'd be so fucked.
It's very unlikely, but I guess that is possible.
That would be so weird.
Because like just even thinking about our friend Discord, there's a lot of buddies in there that half of them could just disappear.
Never we just see them again,
and we wouldn't know if. Yeah, we'd assume we'd never see them again.
That'd be so weird. I don't know. I've always liked that one because it's just all like, what would happen? Because there's also maybe like another side of it where half the population goes, but all of a sudden instead of going up, it actually trends down now. So you go from like 4 billion to 2 billion or some wild ass estimate.
Because there's
because the luck of the draw was just so bad.
Yeah.
Now thinking about it in Marvel's case, there had to be at least one planet out there that just completely crumbled. There's no way.
Because they lost every single person that was useful. They lost all the males of the population and couldn't
or like a majority
from that.
Dude, now that I'm thinking about it, like Thanos' plan is way more fucking stupid. Holy shit.
Yeah, you could get the really bad luck of the draw. Oh no, every single female is gone.
Or like double the resources or just replant them. Or like
you could.
Dude, I'm just thinking about it now. I think I thought about it back when it came out, but God, dude, Thanos' fucking plan was dumb.
I mean, Thanos was literally insane, so...
And then the fucking what if. Maybe it was kind of a bad idea.
All he needed was T'Challa to talk to him.
It's like, dude, like, no, we don't do that here.
That's literally the funniest thing is all it took was T'Challa just being in his life, and he was like, you know what? Maybe that was a bad idea.
Maybe I was wrong.
Was T'Challa just that cool of a guy?
Fuck, apparently, man.
Apparently.
He had that wrist.
He's that cool. He's that guy.
He's that fucking guy, apparently.
Man.
Well, I don't think I have much else. I maybe have like 2 or 3 more in me, but like, you got anything it's hyper specific?
I just really can only think about like the specific events that everyone was always talking about, like Y2K, and then there was 666.
Okay, that one I've
never heard of that one. I think we're just too young at that time.
I was quite literally 4. We were 4 at the time. 4th.
Yeah, we were
4 or 5.
I think you just turned 4.
Yeah, I was 4
because it's 666.
Yeah,
6.
I was like 4.
So I'm actually curious. I'm gonna look it up. I hope
was the devil gonna spawn in and just start fucking dabbing on everybody? Is that the? Oh no, my fucking wire got cut.
End of scenario for 06. Oh, well, here's an article from ABC News. I don't want them to have this birthday. There could be a stigma attached to it.
I'm going to be honest. How many babies were born on 666? Because that would be so... I won't lie. Like, I know the negative connotation behind it, but that would be so fucking cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's quite a few.
Like nickname yourself, like, Satinus or something. That would be fucking raw.
So... It actually doesn't sound like this was really, from this article at least, it doesn't really sound like it was an end of the world scenario. It sounded like more that people were afraid they were going to give birth to the Antichrist on that day.
It's just actually, isn't it like technically wrong? Like it's not the year 206. No, the day is wrong. Or fuck, what am I trying to get this at?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know what you're saying.
Oh fuck, I had a brain fart while talking about it. Like it's technically not the 666th day, technically. Mm-hmm. It's more like insert year plus all the ones previously to BD or whatever, actually.
Well, what do you mean? Like the birth of the Antichrist?
Or like, I don't know. Like, I feel like that one, I'm trying to fucking formulate a sentence or an argument here where it's all like, it's just a fucking date, dog.
Basically, but because of the mark of the beast being 666.
You know, that's just in reference to Caesar or like to Roman emperors. That's all that is too.
Literally, no. Let's see. Because the only one I can think of, I'll get to if I don't find any more.
Because that was the joke. It's unironically 666 is a fucking meme. Unironically,
it really it's basically
a meme. It's a biblical
the
meme.
Christian meme. Yeah, like a biblical.
But it's not funny. Well, it's funny if you know the joke.
Let's skip over to
Unless it's like one of those cases where it's like, oh, the devil doesn't actually exist, but he actually does. That moral dilemma argument.
Mm-hmm. Apparently, there's a lot of comets that could have killed the world.
Yeah, that's a meteors. The most
meteors. Like I said, meteors was really.
That's kind of the big one. Literally, quite literally. Speaking of the name of it,
I don't feel like we were around long enough to see too many end of the world scenarios, because I hear Y2K, the bug that people thought computers would just die and everyone would.
The one vending machine in Australia, fucking bugged out. I think one in Japan too.
Let's see, November 30th, 2003, Japanese cult carried out the Tokyo subway terror attack.
I remember that one, but that's more like a cultist thing. That's not more like end of the world. That's just a terrorist attack. Technically, by definition. There's really not a lot.
Not really. There's always those crazy people on the street that are like, the end of the world is nigh, with their signs and stuff. I do remember it was funny. I think it was last year. No, it was the year before, 2020, when me and Colby were driving into town, and there's one of those crazy people with their signs being like, the end of the world is nigh, prepare my brother, and we're like, huh, interesting. And then on the radio popped up the song, I saw a sign
and it opened up my eyes, saw a sign.
Yeah, we thought that was weird, but nothing ever came of it. But the only other one I can really think of that was like brought up as an end of the world scenario or end of the world date was 2012. Where it's like the countdown to the new year.
Okay, I'm going to be honest. Even that one doesn't fucking make any sense.
It's just the end of the Mayan calendar. That's like, what it came down to, and they thought something would happen.
And even then, I know, like, for whatever reason, everybody was addicted to the Aztecs for a while. Mm-hmm. And it made no fucking sense.
2012 was a weird year, though, too, because there's a lot of, like, people like, oh, the Illuminati's doing something. Oh, the end of the world this year, something's going down. Which is like, there's never really too much basis behind it.
For whatever reason, okay, I guess this is going to be... No, it shouldn't be spoilers because the video should be out when I do this. So I'm doing a video on Made in Heaven. It's from the stand from part 6. And the whole idea with the stand is it moves so fast that it makes a gravitational pull that distorts time. So it's basically like a super mass... It's like an ultra massive black hole, basically. Because it's just time dilation. So everything around it begins to rapidly and infinitely approach the end of the universe until it reaches a singularity point, until then it is rebirthed again. And then like everybody, somehow sees their fate. There's some, stand magic behind it.
Yeah.
But when Araki wrote Made in Heaven, it was before the whole idea of the Mandela effect, where like, we've crossed into an alternate universe.
The alternate realities are meshing.
But a lot of people somehow connect 2012 to like the Mandela effect.
Yeah, that's another weird thing.
Really fucking weird. Like, I don't know if maybe it's like the butterfly effect. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not thinking JoJo's birthed the Mandela effect, but it's like really weird. Like, the story plot line here, and then like the 2012 thing, and all of a sudden the fucking Berenstein thing showed up. Yeah, like, there's evidence before.
What doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense is that there was always the Mandela effect before that. People were always
it's just, and they just somehow attached it to 2012, and it's like. Another thing, it's the boson collider. That's another thing. A lot of people fucking freak out. Like, you're smashing particles at light speed, and everybody thinks like it's gonna fucking destroy the planet. Like, it's gonna do damage.
It could,
but it's not gonna fucking destroy the entire planet in one shot.
Yeah,
I think, if I remember the math correctly, and how that conspiracy theory works. But it's just like, it's not going to do anything. It's really weird. I don't know why people somehow start fucking going outside of the box. I don't know. People hear God particle and they think, holy fuck, we're dead. It's like, no, it only existed for like a fragmentary moment of less than I think a millisecond or some crazy bullshit like that. Like it was like a small fragment into the idea of the Big Bang. That's literally all it is, and it existed for less than that. And a lot of people also think too it might create a black hole, but this is also coming from the same species that thought if we launched a nuclear device, it'd fucking destroy the atmosphere. That didn't happen. So I'm all like, I don't really know.
There's just a lot of hypothetical, but I feel like, I guess a little bit of winding down here. I feel like a lot of end of the world scenario ideas just come from people's paranoia over.
I wouldn't even say it's paranoia. I think it's just because they're fucking dumb.
That is true.
I won't lie. I go to Reddit sometimes.
Paranoia comes from not knowing
a little bit. But I think I like to browse the 4chan X thread sometimes, and some of the ideas that people come up with that are I can't really tell if they're memeing or they're trying to actually make some like crazy like point, but it's so like, why? Why is there some Agartha world? Why is the Earth hollow? Why are we somehow the center of everything? Why is it's just there's so many fucking bizarre ass takes, and it's just like, do you know how fucking dumb that sounds? Like, I can't even hold in a secret to myself for more than like 2 days. Yeah. Do you think if I knew there was like, I'm fucking gonna bring this one up because it's fucking just hilarious to sound like. So there's a lot of people that think there's like a cabal of like, people like underground. Yeah. And they have like a massive amount of slaves and some fucking like gigantic fucking like hollow earth. And I'm all like,
that's insane.
I'm all like, and you think this wouldn't have been leaked? Because I don't know how the fucking theory goes.
Somebody would say something.
And like it's in China. It's like it's super. It's almost textbook. Like the idea, like you know how back in the day terrorists used to be the enemy, and that's slowly been transitioning to China and Russia. Like you can see it in media, and it's just like, oh, it's China's the thing now. Oh, they have like some satanic Illuminati. You're just, dog. How much fucking racism, drugs have you taken this week, dog? Yeah. This shit's fucking bazonkers, bro.
And what's crazy and to think about... don't get me wrong,
there probably is some like underground cult that probably actually does have a ring of that shit, but it's not like
it's not like the world conglomerate.
Like, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. And like sometimes they bring it up like, yeah, well, this group is going to take over the world. I'm like, dude, another realistic point here. If a group really wanted to take over the world, they wouldn't do it like that. Yeah. It'd be like strategical points of interest that they take over like years of doing it.
Yeah. What I always find funny about all of this talk about the secret society that controls the entire world is like, why would they have to be secret? Like, if they were doing all of this without our knowledge, or if they were even doing this to our knowledge, what could we even do about it? Because they have all the power in the world.
Well, and it's more or less like kind of like a peasant versus king argument. If all the peasants revolt, and like the knights do too, like everybody beneath the king and the lords, like that's the only group versus everybody fucking else. Everybody else is gonna fuck them up. So it's kind of like that argument. But the only time I've ever seen like one good like argument saying there might be one is like some like long construed like, yeah, they're basically in the middle of fucking nowhere zone, and they might have government connections, but it's all like 2 or 3 fucked up individuals. It's not the whole group.
There's always a few bad apples in the bunch. Yeah, but it's like, not going to affect everybody.
It's so weird, dude. I've seen so many threads over the. I've always been not a conspiracy guy. Like it's always
just
fun.
Like
it's funny. It's just one giant elaborate funny, and it's just like, dude, do you know how much racist shit you're spewing out for like something that doesn't even sound hypothetically even possible? Like, I don't know what the fuck to say. It sounds like a fucking SCP fucking
basically
monster.
Yeah, they really are just creating
unironically, that's where SCPs were born, off of fucking 4chan. So it's just all like,
it comes full circle.
It's just fucking it's weird. I think we need to wind down, but it's like it's just fucking, well, it's dumb.
Yeah,
like most end of the world scenarios are fucking dumb, and even in the Bible itself, there's the causality or like their safety net. No one can actually figure it out. So like, why the fuck even bother?
Yeah. So really, trying to predict the end of the world is not impossible.
The only realistic one
is
here,
not possible.
The only realistic one here that me and both Caleb will agree on: climate change.
That's climate change will definitely.
And even then, it won't even destroy everything. It'll probably like change like
it screws us to a point that it's bad. But
yeah,
we probably
but humanity will probably unironically end up living. It's like it would be fine.
We're like cockroaches in that way.
Yeah, we would be fine, but society would have to take a drastic turn. That's it. That's the only end of the world scenario, which is like plausible.
It's possible, yeah, and we're seeing the actuality of it being a possibility.
Yeah,
but I guess to wind things down, I guess we can ask this question: what do you feel like is the end of the world scenario that if you had the power to choose how the world ended,
meteor.
Which one would you like? You'd like the meteor,
instant meteor, or the quasar?
Interesting.
Like, I like just the instant death. I don't want to suffer.
I kind of agree with that, but I feel like the Thanos or like
that one could work too.
The Heartless from Kingdom Hearts scenario where it's like an impending doom of power is coming, and it's like we gotta. I feel like if we have a fighting chance, even if we lose and the world ends, I feel like I enjoyed.
At least I went out a hero, bitch.
Yeah, I feel like that's the way I'd want it. It's like I at least had a fighting chance against whatever's coming, even if we lose.
Yeah,
at least
I feel that
we
too.
had a way to fight back and kind of leave our impact before ultimately becoming space dust.
Yeah, I feel that. That's probably like my second or third.
Yeah,
I'd rather just get quasared.
Just the quasar. I
Fire in my laser.
I definitely agree with you. Like the meteor coming down like the dinosaurs, and if I was able to sit down with like you and my family and all the people I've ever met in my life and just kind of be like, well, guys, this is the end of the world.
Game over, baby.
Let's throw one last party together, one last barbecue.
What's my high score?
We're gonna see our high scores. We're gonna all gather around in the afterlife.
I can't get to do the bit. We need to end this. I gotta go.
Yeah.
All right. Deuces, losers.
Yeah. Wow. We have a short episode today. It's 57 minutes.
All right.
All right.
Good with that.
Well, guys, hopefully you all have a great rest of your year. Enjoy the last few moments of 2022. We'll be back in full swing in the next episode. That'll be in 2023. It's been a great year, honestly. I've enjoyed doing this. I've had a lot of fun this year, despite all the ramifications. But all I have to say is like, comment, and subscribe. Continue to watch Totally Oblivious. We'll try to have more planned in the future of this podcast and of the channel in general. I say that because we have plans we've mentioned before.
Fuck, I'm yawning.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and peace out.